And we are live.
Woo!
Oh, no, not
Nine.
yet. Not yet. Not yet. It's setting it up. I just noticed on my other screen.
All right. I'm
Now we're
looking
live.
at
There we go. Now we are live.
Woo! Niners. Niners. Niner gang, y'all. We own
Welcome.
Bay. We own McVay. Shanahan owns McVay. Boy. Woo!
Welcome to Sports Talk 101, presented by the Sportscast. Today is November 16th, 2021. If you haven't yet, please subscribe in all our channels: YouTube, Twitter, Twitch TV, Apple Podcasts. If you're on Apple Podcasts, please leave a rating and a review. It helps us out tremendously. Visit us on the sportscast.net. Also, follow us on Twitter at the Sportscast1 and check out our app, the Sportscast, in the iOS App Store.
What's
Another
going on,
crazy,
brother?
another crazy week.
Well, there's a lot of teams that got their ass whipped, and they did, we got Buffalo came back, we got the Dallas
Yeah.
Cowboys came back, we got the Niners came back. A lot of teams said, you know what? We gotta either shut up or put up. So
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say it was definitely an impressive. I called it I was on Santiago's show on Friday. I called the game that was gonna be the upset of the week. And was I not right? I was. Washington won 29 to
oh my God. Well, hello.
29 to 19.
You don't have Grunt. You don't have Brown.
It doesn't.
You don't have. Come on, man.
It doesn't. But they got the GOAT.
You gotta have your players.
They had the GOAT.
The GOAT's throwing balls and they're bouncing off guys. Guys ain't catching.
Although I will say though, Arian's saying that both of those interceptions were on Tom Brady. I don't know what he was smoking, because
what
at least
one of those.
One of them was not. The guy had the ball.
The guy was right there. Bounced out.
But he had possession and got hit, and then it flew out. That was, I don't even understand how that was an interception. That was a fumble, if anything. He had briefly possession. I mean, technically, it should have been considered an incomplete pass, or at very least a fumble.
All you got to do is just read Tom Brady's face, see him on the bench, and he was pissed. He was not happy with the receiver.
No, and then and it doesn't help. You got the head coach was like, "Well, this isn't on us. We're gonna blame this all on Brady for us losing." No, Heineke once again. Heineke, man, Washington's these are the highlights.
Hold on. You got a little Heineken. But you also got to give it up. Gibson was running that ball.
Well, yeah,
boy.
No, that's what I'm getting at. Washington scored on each of their first four drives for the first time since week 3 of 2016, when they were in New York against the Giants. Heineke was 26 of 32, 256 yards, one touchdown, no interceptions. That's an unusual trait for a Washington quarterback.
Right.
110.4 passer rating. Brady, 23 of 34, 220 yards. That's pretty good. 2 touchdowns, but he had those 2 interceptions. But I don't know the last time I've seen a passer rating for him under 100. He had an 80.5. I mean, it's not great. That's an average. That's like a Kirk Cousins average. Gibson, though, 60-plus rushing yards and a touchdown for the first time in his last 4 games. He had a 3-game drought, which was the longest of his career. Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry, has surpassed Jordan Reed, which that's impressive. Right. Reed was a great tight end.
Yeah,
for the most games with 5+ receiving yards among Washington players in their first 3 seasons since 1950, and Reed was at 20. So that, I mean, and McLaurin's not been around the league. He's still young. He's got a long ways to go. Right. Mike Evans tied Mike Allstott. Mike tied Mike for, and Allstott had 71 for the most touchdowns in Buccaneers history. So Evans will more than likely break that record next week.
Gotcha.
Would be my guess. Let's see. Gibson had 24 carries, 64 yards, 2 touchdowns. McLaurin, 6 catches, 59 yards. DeAndre Carter, 3 catches. He had that touchdown catch, 56 yards. Bobby McCain, 1 pick. William Jackson III was the one with the questionable interception. Even I have to question that. And he was on what? He's a Washington player. I'm sorry. The guy that should have been it was just interesting. And Joey Sly, our new Washington kicker, 3 for 3 field goals and 2 for 2 on the extra points. No longer do we have a Blewett.
Nice. I know. Hey, we're running, right? I'm looking on Twitch. Let me see.
Yes, we should be live on all platforms, I believe. We're connected. Yeah, we're up. I didn't tweet it out. That's one of the few things I always end up forgetting to do. We gotta advertise better.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
But it's we know we're and I lost Ray. Well, since I'll wait till he pops back in because he apparently kicked himself out. Ravens, there was some news around the NFL. The Raider guy 87. What's going on, buddy? Some of the news around the NFL, the Ravens released Le'Veon Bell after 5 games. I mean, who didn't see that coming? He really didn't do much. The Chargers, unfortunately, they've lost Joey Bosa and Jerry Tillery to the COVID, so that's never a good sign. And let's see, we had the 49ers running back. They lost Mitchell, broken finger. There hasn't been an update that I'm aware of. I have not seen anything come through yet. Oh, let's see. So that I'm going to wait and see. I don't know what happened to Ray. We seem to have lost my co-host. I don't know what happened here. I'm going to shoot him a message because I don't know what he seems to have disappeared on me. Yeah, he definitely dipped out. All right, let me get like this. I'm going to shoot him a message. But we had the scores around the NFL. We had Miami picking up another win over Baltimore, 22-10. Buffalo came back and trounced the Jets, 45-17. That was a statement saying, "Hey, last week was a fluke. We're going to show you what's up." And we all know I just went over Washington coming off strong with the upset of the week and dominating factor and beating the Bucs 29-19. Cowboys, got to give them props. They annihilated the Falcons. That wasn't even fair. They just straight up crushed them. Let's see. Hang on. Good job beating Brady. Shit the bed. Yeah, they did. It's okay. You can't win them all, man. Can't win them all. Let me see. I'm gonna shoot. I gotta send a message. I'm waiting. All right, let's get back to our scores for the week. Tennessee 23-21 over the Saints. The Saints, I don't know. Saints are starting to falter, I think. And I know Tennessee is really missing. Tennessee is definitely missing out on Derrick Henry, but they're managing to win. Snooze Fest was in Pittsburgh with that tie, 16-16. It's bad enough when you play the Lions, but when you can't even beat the Lions, like the Lions aren't even a good enough team. Like they just didn't even want to get a loss. They're just like, you know what? If we can't win, we're going to tie. And if we can't lose, we're still going to tie. Good Lord, the Patriots demolished the Browns. Browns came off a strong win the week before, and then Patriots said, that was a fluke. We're going to wipe the table with you 45-7. Minnesota came out and said, we make penalties, we make mistakes, but we're going to win and beat the Chargers 27-20. Carolina won 34-10 over Arizona. Cam Newton is back, baby. He is back. 2 rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown. He looks good. Philly 30-13 over Denver. Denver, after the thrashing they put on the Cowboys, they just collapsed against Philly, which was shocking. Green Bay 17-0 over Seattle. I didn't expect that one. That was another one that I did not see happening. Kansas City 41-14 over the Raiders. That's the Kansas City I remember. That's the elite Kansas City that hasn't been around all season long. And San Francisco 31-10 thrashing over the Rams. Yeah. So Miami got their first home win versus Baltimore since week 13 of 2015. That's a long time. But let's see. Buffalo has just put up their, what did I say? They had 45 points. That is the most points versus the Jets since week 4 of 1979. Washington got their first win at home versus Tampa Bay since week 7 of 2015. And the last time that Washington faced, besides that home game, besides the last one I remember prior to the 2015 game, that Brady demolished them was when he was with the Patriots, and Brady and the Pats won like 56-6 or something ridiculous. Dallas is 43-3 victory, largest margin of victory since week 8 of 2000. That's a long time to go. Tennessee has won 6 straight games. That's their longest streak. Oh, Jonathan Taylor, 1+ rushing touchdown in 7 straight games for the Colts. Longest Indianapolis streak since 1980. And Taylor is a beast. He is crushing it. Let me check and see if he has not showed up yet. That's all right. Let's see. Detroit, fewer than 20 points in 8 straight games, their longest streak since 1988. They have not been able to get over that 20-point mark. That's a long time. Mac Jones is the first rookie with 3+ passing touchdowns and no interceptions in a game in New England history. That's something even the great Tom Brady could not do. But then again, he didn't start either. So Cousins, 12 passing touchdowns, 0 interceptions in 5 road games this season. That is not bad at all. Not that I'm saying that's a good sign for Cousins, but if he could do that, if he can get it done all season, they might stand a chance. I don't know. Let's see. Panthers and Cardinals. That was the Panthers beating the Cardinals 34-10. Carolina's won each of the last 6 games versus Arizona by at least 10 points or more, including in the playoffs. Crazy. Eagles and the Broncos. I really didn't see how the Broncos played against the Cowboys. I did not see them winning or losing to the Eagles. That was something that I kind of threw me. That was a curveball that was thrown at me. But Smith, first Philadelphia rookie with 2+ receiving touchdowns in a game since week 10 of 2014. Matthews was the last one to do that. And then we had Seahawks and the Packers. Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers has put a statement out there and said, look, it doesn't matter what I do, I'm still the best. Green Bay's won 10 straight home games versus Seattle, including the playoffs. Packers is a team to beat. Chiefs over the Raiders, 41-14. Mahomes had 406 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, and no interceptions. 127.6 passer rating. That's basically Patrick Mahomes saying, I'm back. Don't question my ability. Rams lost 31-10. Jimmy G, 5-0 against the Rams. Career record. We had 4 teams on byes this week. Texans 1-8. They're facing Tennessee, so that's probably going to be a loss. Sorry, Houston, but you don't stand a chance against Tennessee. The 3-6 Bears are going to be at home against Baltimore. I don't know on that one. I'm going Baltimore. The 5-4 Bengals are going to be at Las Vegas. My money's on the Raiders. They're going to bounce back. Giants, the 3-6 Giants are going to be at Tampa Bay. Brady's going to just destroy them. Is what I'm thinking here is going to happen. So highlights. These are some of the highlights that I picked out that I saw with the Rams and the Niners game. Jimmy, 5-0. He's one of 6 quarterbacks in the Super Bowl era to be undefeated versus the Rams in their career with a minimum of 4 starts. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. We got. It's like we got, snap. And where did my document go? There it is. All right. The 49ers put up 31 points in that game, 335 total yards, 8 for 14 on third down, and no giveaways. That's a big key right there. They had no turnovers. Outstanding. And the time of possession, they had almost the ball for almost 40 minutes. The Rams forgot to show up or do something. I don't know. But they put 10 points, 270 yards, which is not bad, but they were 3 for 10 on third downs. That's awful. 2 giveaways. That hurt them. And they only had the ball 20 minutes, like 21 minutes for time of possession. Let's see. All right. Oh, what else do I got here? The 49ers are 6-3 versus the Rams in the Shanahan era. And that's since 2017. So that's not bad. They have the most wins against McVay by any team and have won 5 straight. So obviously McVay's got to figure something out here to, I don't know, they've got their number. It's kind of like the Brady and the Saints issue that he has. The Rams are 6-18 when trailing at halftime in the McVay era. So that's another thing they got to fix. But they're 41-0 when leading at half. So, either they just need to focus on putting up a crap ton of points to stay ahead, or they got to figure out how to get past that when losing at halftime issue they have. Cooper Kupp, first Rams player with 60-plus receiving yards in each of the team's first 10 games since the Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce set that back in 2000. So it's a good receiver to have on your team when you got someone you can put Kupp's name next to somebody like Isaac Bruce, who was an unbelievable receiver in his heyday. Deebo Samuel joined Dwight Clark, and this was set in 82, as the only San Francisco player since 1970 with 50-plus receiving yards in each of the team's first 9 games of a season. I don't know about y'all, but I would love to have my name next to Dwight Clark. Clark that's a great name to have yourself next to. And Robbie, another player to look at, Robbie Gould's 50-yard field goal in the third quarter was his 10th made field goal of 50-plus yards since joining the Niners in 2017. 4 years he's been on the team, and that's the 10th one he's made. He's tied second for most San Francisco kickers since 1960. So he will as long as he stays healthy, he's going to end up taking that number 1 slot. The Niners have had 5 touchdown drives of 90-plus net yards this season, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because one could say yes. I mean, it's definitely a good thing, but that's a shame that you're starting that far back in your own end zone, in your own territory, that you have to go that far. And it's an even worse mark for the defense that you're going up against, because they're allowing that. Let's see. Deebo Samuel has 1+ rushing touchdown in a game for the 5th time in his career. He's the only other person that has had more rushing touchdowns among receivers was Jerry Rice with 9 since 1950. So once again, Deebo Samuel's sitting up top pretty next to these Hall of Famer names that I mean, who wouldn't want to be next to Jerry Rice or Dwight Clark? I mean, those are fantastic people to have your name associated with. Matthew Stafford threw a pick 6 in 2 straight games for the first time since weeks 12 and 13 of his rookie season in 2009, when he was picked off by Hall of Famer Charles Woodson and Cincinnati's Jonathan Fanini. Jimmy Ward is another San Francisco player. First 49ers player with 2+ interceptions and an interception return for touchdown in a game since Tremaine Brock in week 5 of 2013. I honestly, when I read that, I really thought they were going to say somehow it was going to tie in with Deion Sanders. There was going to be some reference to Deion back because of the interception thing, but I was mistaken. 49ers, and this is the craziest stat I've ever seen, was they had their 18-play, 11-minute, 3-second drive was their longest opening drive in both plays and time of possession since week 17 of 2002. I would love to know. And the last time they did a play that long, they had an opening drive that long, was also against the Rams in week 17. But I would love to know if that's a stat that's tied with an NFL record, because that is ridiculous. Like, your defense has got, I mean, that your defense, the defense you're facing is terrible, but your offense, I mean, you're like, I don't understand you that obviously was tied to one of their 90 plus ones, because you just ate up so much time. That defense doesn't stand a chance when they're on the field for 11 minutes. Matthew Stafford is the third former number 1 overall pick to throw a pass to Odell Beckham Jr., Eli Manning, and Baker Mayfield. So Odell's gotten some pretty good quarterbacks thrown to him. And this was the 18th meeting of the top 2 leaders in receiving yards, Kupp and Samuel, end season in week 10 or later since 1970. So that is some fantastic news. One second. All right. Let's see what other news. Let's see what else I've got. That is pretty much all of my sets. Oh, we've got Ray back. Let's get him back in here. Ray.
Man, some kind of internet surge, brother.
It's like we're just chatting. I mean, you were getting so hyped up on the 49ers, and then
I know, man. Hold on. Let me
you just disappeared. Ron Slusher, what's going on, buddy? Oh, man.
All right, here I am. Woo! All right. Yeah, there was some kind of internet surge. I apologize. I'm here, buddy.
That's all right. I just listed off all my stats. So I'm like, well, that's a wrap, guys. No, mostly I was just hyping up. I was on you. One would, if you were new to the channel and you just pop in, you'd think I was on the 49ers bandwagon with all the stats that I had, because I didn't have barely anything for Washington.
Oh my God, man, it was a hell of a game. I know they used Debo as a running back, and they just couldn't stop him.
Debo is, I mean, he's a special kid. He's got some stuff. He is fantastic.
Yeah.
That was fantastic stuff. Hang on, I gotta send a message. If you want to keep talking, I just gotta send a message here real quick.
Not a problem. Let's see. They had Debo. They had who else? Oh my God, Kittles. Kittles finally came alive. They had let's see, Kittles, Debo. I mean, man. I mean, they had a perfect plan, and McVay just couldn't do anything. And all I know is, what the hell did ODB do?
He got paid. He got paid. That's about it. Well, that's the thing. McVay. One of the stats I pulled up was with where was it? With McVay was the 49ers are 6-3 versus the Rams in the Shanahan era, but the Rams are 6-18 when trailing at halftime with McVay at the helm. But they're 41-0 when they're winning. So like, I'm like, so do we got to figure something out here. Like, Ron Slusher said 49ers are 1 game back from the wild card.
Yeah. I mean, we're still in it.
Well, that's the thing. There are teams that, I mean, there are a lot of teams that are still in this.
Right.
The Rams, technically, if they're still in it. I can't count them out with I mean, barring a complete and utter meltdown. If they lose the rest of the season, I mean, that would just be spectacular to go 7-10. Yeah. But Debo Samuel. You look at some of the stats that his name is next to Dwight Clark and Jerry Rice. Like that was one of the things.
Have you ever seen a receiver run the ball? The only body that's like did something like that was Cordell Patterson on the Falcons.
Well, they said one of the stats I pulled up about that was Samuel had 1+ rushing touchdown in a game for the 5th time in his career. And the only other person to do that was Hall of Famer Jerry Rice, who had 9.
Right.
Has 9 more such games among San Francisco receivers since 1950. Like, I'm just like, if I was Debo and I'm like, you're comparing me to Jerry Rice and Dwight Clark, like my ego is going to get built a little bit more with that. Like, that is crazy.
That is crazy. All right, so
Raider guy over on Twitch said, "There's Ray and flexing the guns."
That's Kevin. Kevin's on Twitch.
I know it is.
You know, every time, let me tell you something. Every time Kevin gets online, my internet goes crazy. So I'm gonna blame him because every time I saw him on Twitch, and I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? What's going on? But hey, shout out to his Raiders. You know, oh, wait a minute. Kansas City.
He said the same thing. He said that earlier. Good job beating Brady. My Raiders crapped the bed. Oh well.
They look who they got. All they have is Waller. They didn't even give him the ball until towards the end when they were getting their ass whipped. So they got no running game. You know, I mean, I felt sorry for Derek. He kept throwing the ball. They wasn't catching it. Hey, let's talk about Deshaun Jackson's debut. Wasn't that what that ball hit him right in the chest, bounced. He did a little juke, bounced out, and it landed in somebody else's hand and got ran.
Ron said the Rams' next 5 games might eliminate them from the playoffs.
Nah, I'm not gonna hit the panic button yet on the Rams.
I don't. Yeah, I mean they've had some options. I think the best one though was for the Bucs. Did you see Richard Sherman had his debut?
Yeah.
I mean he got injured in pregame warmups. He was stretching and pulled a muscle and then was done.
yeah. He was a scratch from the beginning. Richard Sherman scratch.
He was gonna play, and then he's like, "I'm stretching. Oh no, I pulled a muscle. I'm done. Yep, guys, I'm injured."
Yeah,
that was fantastic.
I would let's see. I'm not gonna say the Rams are done. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say. I mean, you know who I am gonna say this done, and I'm kind of happy because you know they're in our division. The Seahawks.
Yeah, that one was. I honestly was really shocked. Russell Wilson's back. Aaron
he
Rodgers
shouldn't have never.
Back.
Russell shouldn't have never came back. They should have let him rest. I mean, you got a guy with damn pins and screws in his hand. You're gonna have him play in the cold.
Yeah,
have him play in the cold.
I still though, seeing the matchup on paper, I really thought it was going to be a better game, but that was just Aaron Rodgers saying, "See, I'm the golden child. I get a slap on the wrist with a silly fine that I don't really care about. It's chump change, and look what I can do. I can still come out." Well, they better.
Hey, you know who saved the Packers was Dylan.
Yeah,
if they didn't have Dylan running like he was, and I feel sorry. I mean, and I feel sorry for the running back. I think he's going to be out for maybe. I mean, it's not a torn ACL or anything like that, but I think he's going to be out for a couple of weeks. But Dylan, he jumped in there, man. Let's see. What other? I
did discuss the Dallas one, but I went over it when I was going over some of the little highlights the NFL talked about with some of these games, like Washington picking. That was their first win at home against Tampa Bay since Week 7 of 2015.
But that is their quarterback. They have a quarterback.
Yes, and I don't see them for a while. I wasn't sure if they would draft somebody, but I don't see that. I think Rivera found who his guy is. That's the guy.
That's his guy.
I don't see. I think Fitzpatrick's going to be either done or traded at released. And I see, they're gonna fix the offensive line. We gotta get some. We lost Brandon Scherf. That's another one that went down on the line. So that scared me because we don't have a whole lot of people on our offensive line, anyways. So I was just like, oh man. But the Dallas game, I looked at when I saw the score, I was like, that's their answer for what happened to them against Denver. Because Denver thrashed the crap out of, and they said Dallas, that was the largest margin of victory for Dallas since week 8 of 2000. That's a long time to, I mean, because that's going back to what, the Tony Romo era.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you, CeeDee Lamb is you got CeeDee Lamb, you got Cooper, you got Elliott, even Pollard was So,
but they got,
legit.
As much as I can't stand the Cowboys, but Prescott, when he's healthy, he is a very dangerous quarterback. He's got the arm. We know he can put up the yards and the numbers. It's just they just got to have everything working together. They've got the talent there. That's the scary part for the Cowboys is they have all of the tools that they could be an undefeated team right now.
But they've always been. But they've always, for years, had a good, decent team. It's just, can they get through the playoffs? Can they win a playoff game? Can they, injuries?
Yeah, that's the key for them. Ron Slusher over on YouTube said Rams got to play the Packers, Cardinals, Ravens, and 49ers to close out the season. That's a tough 5 team, especially the Cardinals. I don't know yet with the Cardinals because even they lost, but the Packers, that I don't know if I can't say that that's a win for the Rams because the moment you count Rodgers out is the moment you lose the game.
Right.
Because Rodgers uses that chip and that his little temper tantrum attitude to turn on the skill level to like old Madden level, and the other team is like rookie level then.
Well, I hate to say this, but the tandem of Kupp and Woods worked with Garrett, with dude running the ball, Henderson running the ball. They're in trouble, man, because now they don't have Woods and they got ODB. And I'm sorry, man, but ODB is not
He's
the
overrated.
ODB of the past. He did a fantastic catch that made him famous when he played for the Giants. But guess what?
That was it.
That was it. Well, no, because he does some stuff in between.
He does some stuff, but he's not
the ODB of the past, and the media's got to stop blowing this guy's head. All right, he's done.
No, it's like watching Ocho Cinco or whatever he wants to call himself, or
Chad Johnson.
Yes, or T.O. was another one.
Yeah,
way overrated. But the guy, I mean, he could make catches, but he was overrated. Odell is no different. He can make a few catches here and there, but the hype around him is over. He's in the same class of overrated, hyped up receivers that Chad Johnson was and that Terrell Owens was, because they had big egos and they were weren't the greatest receiver.
That's why you have to give it up to Bill Belichick, because he could take somebody like Ken Bourne, like
Randy Moss.
I mean,
but Randy Moss was a different breed of receiver, because even though he would, he would play when he wanted to, at least when he was with Minnesota. He went from one team to the Patriots and turned his career around.
Well, let's talk about what Belichick is doing now with the play. I mean, he's got a running back named Stevenson who is just running through fools like crazy. He's got Jacoby. He's got Bourne.
Myers. And he's got his quarterback now.
Yeah.
There was a lot of talk. I mean, that was the big thing, is when they drafted Jones, what was Mac Jones the guy that could replace Brady? And obviously, I've been watching the kid all season long, and he's just like I've said from week 1, you watch his play. He gets better. He watches, he's got to be watching the film. he's learning, but he's not making the big mistakes that some of these other rookies make. But he also had, I mean, you can't ask for a better coach than Belichick when you get drafted.
Exactly.
I mean, it's different watching him. Like one of the stats, Mac Jones was the first rookie with 3+ passing touchdowns and no interceptions in a game in New England history. Well, who are the last quarterback they had for 20 years was Brady. Mm-hmm. Brady wasn't out there starting as a rookie though, because who did he back up?
Right. What do you think about Cam being the starter? Because he's going to start. He
is no question. I think he's going to be back to his old. They're going to utilize him, and we're going to see. I don't know if we'll see 2015 MVP Cam, but we're definitely going to see it. We're not going to see New England Cam. I think that they will utilize Cam and let Cam do what Cam does best, and that's make plays.
Don't forget who their running back is. They got a pretty damn good running back.
Well, exactly. This is. I think we're going to see a rejuvenated Cam. We kind of saw that the moment he ran that ball in for a touchdown, and that
he threw a pass to Anderson.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't, if we start seeing him come out with the goofy hats every week, then we're gonna start.
He already has the goofy hair, so he doesn't need a hat. He got the goofy hair. Yeah, look, cut your hair, bruh. That I don't know what the hell that mess you got on your head.
You're getting old there, kid. You need to catch up with the times.
Yeah, exactly.
Just look at Papa Brady down in Tampa.
So Ravens, man, what's going on with the Ravens? They let pretty much Tua got one hand. You know his hand is sore.
His hand is sore. Well, I mean his hand is sore. You could easily say I'm not a Tua fan. I never have been. I thought that was a stupid thing for the Dolphins to draft Tua in the first place, especially since he couldn't finish out a season. And you don't know what that knee is like. I mean, I'm sorry. From college with a busted knee, with the injury he had, and then you throw him in the NFL. I was just like, that was a bonehead move on the Dolphins. But the Ravens, I've said this from the get-go, they're a running team. They don't have running backs. They have their quarterback is their only running back. And if you take out his running game, he's an average quarterback.
Well, hell, they shipped Mark Ingram over to New Orleans, and look what he's doing now at New Orleans. He's doing pretty good.
He's back home. Yeah. Exactly. But and that's my thing is just I don't know what the Ravens were thinking. Like they need to figure something out, because if they don't, they're not going to be. But they're 6-3. They've got the time to figure something out. I think they need to. They, in my opinion, I know that everybody is hamstrung over Lamar Jackson, but I still think they need a different quarterback. I mean, they need somebody that, yes, that's great that he can run, but I get scared every time he turns and just sidearms that ball.
He can throw the ball.
He can throw. He's not great at it. But my thing is, it's just that sidearm crap that he does scares the shit out of me, because I get nervous watching him because it's just these like weird, let's just whip sidearm thing and hope for the best.
The problem is when he's running like that, it opens up mistakes, and and players are gonna get him on the mistakes.
Well, and that's the thing. They know if you force him to have to pass. He's not a mobile quarterback. I mean, he's not a stationary. He's not a pocket passer. No, if you can force him to be that pocket passer, it's very easy to start to try to eliminate things then.
Hold on. God. Look, man, you got people excited. So what else you got on the list? Let's talk.
I kind of went through all of my stuff while you disappeared. Well, I mean, if we were talking about the lack of big, like the Ravens, the lack of big plays, they don't have any. Mm-hmm. The Ravens had 2 offensive plays of 20+ yards. Both were by Bateman. I mean, they averaged 5.5 such plays from weeks 1 through 9 this season. So their lack of plays is hurting them. They scored fewer than 14 points for the first time in their last 53 games. That's odd for them.
Right.
Ron said Kansas City's looking scary. That's the Kansas City everybody's been looking for.
Oh my God. First of all, they played the Raiders. So let's not. They played the Raiders.
But you can't take away the stat line, the numbers that
he throws the ball to Tyreek Hill.
I know.
What's the play? Throw to Tyreek. Throw to Kelsey. You know, I love Kelsey, man. He got interviewed and he says, I guess I got my swag back.
Kevin said over on Twitch said, yes, Raiders never stop Kelsey.
Yeah, I mean.
But the Chiefs, the problem with them is it's the same thing. You can take them out. If you take away the two weapons that they have, that's Travis Kelsey, Tyreek Hill, you take them away. What's Mahomes going to do? Run the ball?
Yeah,
it's not.
exactly.
I mean, he is a mobile quarterback, but he is not a Lamar Jackson mobile quarterback. That's the difference between those two.
You get the cornerbacks. If you can, somebody just guard Tyreek, he gets frustrated and he can't get
Kelsey though had 10. He was targeted 10 times. We know who Mahomes' favorite is. That's the go-to is Travis Kelsey, but he was targeted 10 times, 8 catches, 119 yards.
Right.
Unfortunately, he didn't get any touchdowns though, so that's
a security blanket.
Yeah, exactly. But congratulations to Andy Reid. He surpassed Hall of Fame Curly Lambeau for 5th most regular season wins as a head coach. Awesome. And Curly had 226. So I think by the time Reid is like, I'm done coaching, he's gonna be number 1.
Dude, I hope he makes it, man. They gotta watch him.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
He's getting up there. He's getting up there.
You know, let's see. What do you think about Cleveland? You think Cleveland's going to bounce back, or I mean, they took a slacking 45-7.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. I mean, I haven't seen the Patriots put up numbers like that.
They didn't have Chubb.
Yeah, that hurts, right? That hurt them. But I'm just saying, like, the Patriots don't normally put up points like that. Unless they had, that the last time I think I saw a Patriots score where they had over 40 points was Brady was at the helm. It just doesn't happen very often.
Stevenson, 100 yards. He averaged about 5 yards average. He got 2 touchdowns. His longest running he did was about 18. But they also got Kendrick Bourne. Got shout out to Brandon Bolden, who he's pretty good. Oh my God, Kendrick Bourne, 98 yards receiving and 43 yards rushing, and he's one of those guys that's like, next man up.
Yeah, Belichick is 8-2 versus the Browns as Patriots head coach, 6-0 at home. I mean, that's a hard play. It's hard to beat the Patriots anyways in New England, regardless of who's at quarterback. And we know it was almost impossible with Brady at the helm,
right.
But was it a Brady thing or was it a Belichick and Brady thing? Because Belichick is just as tough to beat. Obviously, the Patriots
they were both. It was a combo. I'm going to say a combo of both because he's a hell of a. Dude, he took guys that were like nobodies and turned them into superstars.
Oh yeah, Brady. Both of them did because Brady could make unknown receivers that I've never heard of. How many seasons did Brady have every year with different receivers? He only had so many that were with him consistently.
Right.
But he always, 20 years, he probably had a different lineup of receivers that he was throwing to every season. And out of all the rings that he's got on his hands, the just the skill level there. The Patriots, though, going into that game were 134-8. Right. 134 wins, 8 losses when scoring 30-plus points in the Belichick era since 2000. So we're saying you got the GOAT for a quarterback, but that is the GOAT for head coaches. Andy Reid, yes, is one of the best ones out there.
He's not a GOAT. He's not a GOAT.
Belichick, is by far the best at it. Mac Jones made another seventh rookie quarterback in NFL history to win 4+ straight games and have 100+ passer rating over the span of the win streak.
Yeah, he's legit.
I've been saying, yeah, Jones is going to be a future. I don't want to. I'm not going to get the rookie say he's going to be a future Hall of Famer, but he's going to get to the playoffs. They may not win. They may not go all the way, but there's going to be a time where Jones is going to get the Patriots into the Super Bowl and win it. And it may not be this year. Maybe it'll be next year. I don't know, but Jones is just going to keep getting better no matter what. I mean, he is a fantastic player.
Yeah, I agree, man. This is
so that stat I was talking about. Yeah. So the Mac Jones stat I was talking about, Jones was the first Patriots rookie with 3+ passing touchdowns in the game since Drew Bledsoe in Week 18, 1993 versus Miami. So that's a long time to go. But Brady that was the thing. We can't. You say a stat like that and like, well, what about Tom Brady? He's the GOAT. Brady was on the bench for the majority of his rookie season. He was not a starting quarterback. Gotcha. The Patriots were not in this position that they were with Jones when they drafted Brady because they had Drew Bledsoe. They had a legit quarterback at the time.
Got it.
Cleveland's had 10 different head coaches, 12 including interims, since rejoining the NFL in 1999.
All right, man. So are you ready for the predictions?
Yeah, I'd say let's knock out some predictions and see for the upcoming game. So we'll start off with Thursday game, Patriots Falcons.
I'm gonna have to go with Patriots.
I'm riding high with the Patriots right now as well.
Atlanta. Maddie,
it's in the ATL, but I don't see that helping.
You also got to take in because now we got the weather, we got the snow, the weather, the wind. We got to take that in consideration as well. But yeah, I'll go with New England. All right, so we got next is Indiana and Buffalo. Who you got?
I'm going Buffalo on that one. I think the Buffalo's going to start turning things around. But I don't know. I mean, that's it's in Buffalo, so it could go. That could favor weather-wise. If we're factoring weather, it's going to favor the Bills. But I don't know. The Colts running game. If the Colts keep that running game going, they can give them a run. I'm picking Buffalo.
Oh, but wait a minute, though. Hey. Indiana also has Jonathan though as the running back.
Taylor is. That's what I was thinking and trying to think.
Yeah,
Ron Slusher said, "Can the Titans win the AFC without Derrick Henry?" No,
they're winning now, but they're
winning now. But can they make it to the? No. I don't see them winning. I don't see them winning the. No. I don't see. If they had Derrick Henry, I would say yes, they would be Super Bowl bound.
If they had a younger Adrian Peterson, if they had a younger Adrian Peterson,
if they had Adrian Peterson that was the 1,000-yard rusher that he was with Washington,
no, they're not.
They could.
They're not.
I don't see it though. No. Saints and Eagles. I'm going Saints. I'm going the Saints on that one because they've lost.
Are you crazy?
Are
you crazy? Guess who they get back? Guess who they get back next week?
In the NFC East, I got to go with the Saints beating the Eagles. I don't have a choice on that. I need the Eagles to lose.
They're getting their star running back. So,
I have faith in Jameis Winston. I got faith in my boy Winston, so I'm hoping he will turn things around and pick up a win for the Saints.
Jameis Winston, dude, he's out.
It doesn't matter. Maybe they'll make a surprise.
You mean Simeon?
It doesn't matter. I know the Saints are doomed. I'm just going to put that as my upset. I'm not sure who the upset of the week's going to be.
All right, I'll tell you the upset of Okay, who you got? Washington, Carolina.
I'm going Washington on that one. I want to say that's going to be another upset, but I'm going to go through the list. I'm going to go through the list first. I'm going to go through the list of teams.
I'm going with Carolina. I see McCaffrey. I see McCaffrey running all through their crap, man. He's gonna be
well
running.
with that. We did lose some defensive players there,
Yes,
so
you
yeah,
did. Yes,
that'll
you
be
did.
interesting. Jets Dolphins. That's gonna be that's a snooze fest right off the bat. I don't even know who to pick on that one, but I mean I do because I'm gonna go Dolphins.
I'm gonna go Dolphins. I'm gonna say that defense is gonna
It's either gonna be a Dolphins win or it's gonna be a tie because it's two terrible teams playing.
All right, I got Baltimore and Chicago.
Let me see. Where is that one's? And that one's at Soldier Field. I'm going Bears on that one.
Going Bears.
I think the Ravens are struggling right now. I know they just got rid of Le'Veon Bell, but what the hell did he do for them besides collect a couple of paychecks?
I'm gonna have to go with the ball. I can't see Baltimore losing another game. I think the Ravens are gonna win that. I think they're gonna.
Let's see if we go. Let me go back up the NFL list. Colts and the Bills. Oh no, we already went over that one.
Yeah.
Lions at Detroit
and the Browns.
At Cleveland. That's a Cleveland win. I don't want to say that there's no chance that that's going to be an upset and the Lions get their first win of the season. If anything, it'll be if the Browns can't figure out how to beat the Lions, they're going to find a way to tie them so they can't get a win.
You know what? Okay, I'm going out on a limb. I was actually very close. I said Detroit was going to win, but they didn't. The dumbasses tied with the Steelers. So I'm going with Detroit for the win to beat Cleveland.
Do you think that? Do you still? But we don't know. Goff may not be playing. Goff might be out for that game. Does that change your decision?
No,
if Goff doesn't play.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
49ers at the Jaguars.
Woo! I see that defense grabbing that poor guy by his nice long hair and swinging him
Kevin over on Twitch said Goff hasn't played all year. Well, dang, who the hell's been wearing his jersey?
Damn, that's cold. I'm going with Niner gang all the way.
The way that they played against the Rams, and I picked the Rams to win that one. Based off of the way that Stafford's been playing all year and Cup's been playing all year.
This is a good one.
This is the Jaguars. This is not an upset. This is not my upset pick because I'm sorry, Jacksonville, but y'all don't stand a chance.
All right, Green Bay.
Demo's going to have a Hall of Fame game at this one. Texans and the Titans. Oh, Green Bay.
Green Bay and Minnesota. Who you got?
I'm going Minnesota. And not because I'm from Minnesota, I'm living in Minnesota. Right. I'm going because that's like a Washington Dallas rivalry game. Mm-hmm. I know it's the Packers won, but I'm going to pick the Vikings on this one because Cousins.
I'm going with
Cousins
the Packers.
Has a way. He finds a way. It's like a Jurassic Park thing. They always find a way to win.
I'm going with the Packers because Dylan's got his first touchdown. He's gonna be hungry for some more. Yep. And I'm telling you, he can catch, he can run. He's gonna be a tremendous threat for Green Bay. So and
you cannot count out Rodgers. The moment you count out Rodgers, man. The moment you count Rodgers out as factor him out, your game's over. You lost. Right. Texans and the Titans. I'm sorry. I gotta go with the Titans on that one. Even though I would love to see the Texans pull off an upset win, I just don't see that one.
I'm seeing AJ Brown with a lot of catches and dude, I don't know what it is, but Adrian Peterson, man, he's getting these little 1 yard, little 2 yard touchdowns.
They're using him like the Steelers did with the bus with Jerome Bettis. The difference here, there's a problem here because Peterson is not a stacked bus like Jerome Bettis was.
No, dude, you look, third down, and you're on first and goal. That's who you want.
I think the other thing that they're doing is they're trying to get him the record. They're going to keep giving him the ball for them touchdowns. They don't have Derrick Henry. Just give it to Peterson, give it to AP, let him get that touchdown record so he could be number one. That's probably what's going to happen. Let's see. We got Bengals and the Raiders. I'm going Raiders on this one. I'm going Raiders on this one because they're going to bounce back, and it's the Bengals. I don't know. I mean, maybe the Bengals will surprise me. I doubt it because it's they.
So they got it. Look. They got one guy to throw it to, and that's Waller the baller. All right, that's all they got. Who they gonna throw it to? They got Jacobs. You can stop Jacobs. You can stop. If Jacobs has a big game with running, but who do you throw the ball?
Kevin said Renfro, baby.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Hunter Renfro.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. Who else do we got here? We got Cardinals and the Seahawks. Cardinals win that one.
Dude. Dallas and KC. Come on, man. Come on.
That's gonna be it. I'm picking the Chiefs because there's no way I can't fathom myself saying let's go for the Cowboys.
God, I hope Jeff is nowhere in our chat.
Ron said, yeah, I know. Ron said Raiders are not bouncing back.
They're done.
No, we already know that. We all know that our lovable Canadian Cowboys loving fan Jeff is going to say Cowboys will win that one. The Chiefs are overrated. Patrick Mahomes is a bum or something.
I'm going with the Cowboys, man. I'm going with the Cowboys.
Oh God, don't let him hear you say that.
I know, but the Cowboys. Come on, Cooper, CeeDee Lamb.
No, I'm rooting Chiefs. So we'll see who ends up winning with that one because either way, that is going to be a great game to watch. It's in Kansas City. It's an afternoon game. I'm surprised it's not a game of the week, but it's going to be a fun. It's going to be a fun one to watch. Steelers. Chargers.
It's going to be a high scoring game. You don't think that's?
I think it will be. No, I think it'll be a high scoring game. Let's see. Kevin said, "I love the recency bias, Ray. You're burying your 49ers after their losses. They destroy the Rams, and all is well."
Yeah, whatever. All right, so we got Arizona, Seattle, and I think you said Arizona.
I said Cardinals on that one. Yeah, Arizona's going to demolish the.
I'm gonna go with Seattle. And then we got Pittsburgh and the Chargers.
I want to say I'm going Chargers on this one. I think Herbert's going to bounce back and correct they could have beat they could have won. I know they lost some players, so that may be a factor as well. Because remember, they don't have
they got Allen, dude. They got Allen.
Defense wise, though, they don't have Joey Bosa. Bosa's out. Jerry Tillery's out. They're on the COVID list. They're on the COVID list. So
they're getting Ben coming back from COVID. Come on now.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I'm still going to go Chargers on that one, but it'll be interesting to see Giants and the Bucs. That's the Monday night game is going to be. God, I'm going to say my money's on Brady and the Bucs. Brady's going to be coming out pissed. He's going to be. He was already
First
pissed
of all,
at the
Monday
end of that
Night
game.
Football with Tom Brady after he got beat by the Washington.
Not only beat, he got picked off twice in one quarter. Now, granted, folks, one of those was not, and it should not have been an interception. Should not have been his fault because it was not. If the receiver catches the ball, gets hit, it goes out of his hands. That is a fumble. That's a bonehead mistake by the refs to say that was a ruled an interception. Let alone the coach. Arians should not have even said that was counted that one. I would have challenged that as a fumble. I mean, they lost it regardless, but it is what it is. Brady's going to be pissed. They're going to come out and they're just going to smack the Giants down into the ground. If this was in New York, they'd be burying the Giants along with at the 50-yard line with the Mafia guys that are buried out there with Jimmy Hoffa. But it's not. It's in Raymond James Stadium. That's a Bucs win.
Who's going to be your stud stat of the week? That's going to just kill it in stats.
Debo.
What?
Debo. They're playing Jacksonville. Debo's going to have he's going to have I think he's going to enjoy that one. I mean, he impressed me. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not a big fan of Jimmy G, but The guy can play. The guy can throw the ball, but you're going against one of the crappiest teams out there.
What Jimmy G you're gonna get every week, man?
Yes, I know. It's like watch it. It brings back memories of watching Jimmy G to figure out which one you're going to get. It's reminiscent of Rex Grossman and the Bears. Which Rex Grossman am I getting today? Am I getting the good one or the crappy one for 2 games? I don't know, but I think that he's going to put up some numbers. I think.
All right, you're gonna hate me for this, but my stud is gonna be McCaffrey. I think he's gonna get 100 yards receiving, and I think he's gonna get 100 yards rushing on the Washington Red. You know who?
Raider Kevin. Hey, be careful. Jags D shut down Josh Allen. They did. They did.
Yeah, they did.
My upset pick. Who do you think is going to get the upset win of the week?
Ooh, upset. I'm going with Detroit winning over Cleveland.
Ooh, that would be a good one. I would say Washington on this one, but it's with the Panthers that I'm not going to put that one out there. Looking at the list,
Detroit got a taste of the win, but they didn't get it. They tied.
You know what? I can say I know it probably will not happen. But good God, would the upset could we see a Texans getting their second win over the Titans? If you're going to go all out for an upset, that's going to be one heck of an upset.
They still Titans still got some their defenses.
The Seahawks are struggling. I could see them upsetting the 8.
Tannehill can run, dude. Tannehill's been running in the end zone. He's putting his body on the line.
Past our time too.
Yeah, just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, I know. And we remember we also got the Broncos and the Rams. They are on bye weeks. I keep forgetting there's still byes this late in the season. I'm not used to that. So they'll be coming off. They'll be coming back. The Broncos will be facing the Chargers, and then the Rams will be coming off their bye for probably what will be considered game of the week because the Rams come off a much needed bye to go to Lambeau Field to face the Packers. So they definitely need that bye week.
Dude, they're gonna slap Von Miller's gonna have him some Aaron Rodgers booty.
All right, guys. Well, thank you. This has been episode 3 of the Sports Talk 101. You can follow us on Twitter at the Sportscast1. Visit us on our website, thesportscast.net. Make sure to check out our show schedule throughout the week. This has been Aaron and
Ray Sherrod. Ray 3473.
Guys, have a great one. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. So long.
See you.